I just want to start by saying that you guys all look fantastic in your underwear. It's an old trick, but it works every time, and I hope you don't mind. I am super excited to be here to host a panel on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. Please give it up. Yes. Now we're going to bring out some very special guests today. We're going to show you some never seen before footage, and we are going to take some questions from the audience. I had the privilege of going to see some of the footage at the production studios earlier this week, and I can tell you it kicks some major booty. You guys are going to be blown away, I think, by what you see here today. Obviously, the 2014 reboot was a worldwide smash and made nearly $500 million, but I think this one really ups the ante in every conceivable way. So let's bring out our first couple of guests. It is my pleasure to introduce Platinum Dunes producers Andrew Forum and Brad Fuller. Turn that up. Can we get those mics up? You guys are just gonna have to yell. I'm sorry. Check 1, 2.
Here.
Oh, that worked. All right.
Here? Okay.
Yes. Andrew and Brad, thank you for coming out here today. So, without spoiling too much for all the fans out here, what can you tell us about Out of the Shadows? We're gonna start very vague today.
It's really big. It's a very big question. I mean, the beauty of working with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is that thanks to the genius of Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird over the last 30 years, we have so much to pull from in the canon.
Yes.
And when we were developing the first movie, there was a number of characters that we wished we could put in the movie, and luckily now we were able to put them all in the sequel. Almost every character we wanted to put in movie 1. So lots of new there. Lots of new characters in this in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. Do you want to tell them who?
Well, let's talk about that. There are 5 new characters in the movie. Interestingly, a lot of the characters we wanted to put into the first film. Some of this you probably already know. We have Bebop and Rocksteady in this film. Yeah. Oh, some fans out there. Nice to see that. We originally actually wanted to put them into the first film. We couldn't make that happen. We have Baxter Stockman in this film. Tyler Perry will be playing Baxter Stockman. We have, what else do we have here?
Oh, Krang.
Who? Is he in this?
We do have the uber villain Krang and his Technodrome coming down.
And then, of course, we have Casey Jones.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Nice. Good.
Who is with us tonight.
Yes. I promise you'll see Casey Jones.
Oh.
Well, I can tell you firsthand, I do think the fans are going to get a kick out of seeing these classic villains brought to life on the big screen for the first time. But let's talk about a few of them. Let's start with Baxter Stockman. How does he play into the story?
Well, Baxter is the super scientist, the lead scientist of TCRI, and it's funny, Baxter shows up for about 6 frames in movie 1. He was in movie 1, and his character actually got cut out of the movie, so I've always wanted to have Baxter as part of this franchise. And we brought him into this one. Tyler Perry has brought him to life. He's running TCRI, and he's working with Shredder, and he definitely is responsible for helping mutate Bebop and Rocksteady.
And then, of course, you guys mentioned Bebop and Rocksteady. Yes. I'm ridiculously excited about seeing these guys. Paramount actually debuted some first look images today that we are going to show you. If you want to take a look now.
Yeah, we're excited to see them.
Oh, right there.
Oh, there they are.
What do you guys think of that?
There's the boys.
Is that what you thought they'd look like?
So cool.
These guys look incredible. What can you tell us about these characters and what went into developing these looks?
Dumb and fun.
That was our mandate. Dumb and fun. We call them the idiots.
We call them the knuckleheads. I mean, these are the guys in the, in a barroom brawl. They throw haymakers. That's it. They hit you. It's gonna hurt, but easy to dodge them. But yeah, they're just really fun characters. They're Shredder's henchmen, and they really bring a lot of comic relief to this movie. I mean, they're really, really fun.
And Stephen and Gary, the actors that played them, were an absolute blast on set, and the two of them had great chemistry, and so like the camaraderie that you get from those two characters, that really existed, so that was really fun to be around.
Yeah, it was, I mean, as you'll see in this movie, not tonight, but if you see the film, it really, good plug, thank you. It's really fun to see actually the humans transform on screen, and ILM was doing our visual effects. Did an unbelievable job taking them from humans to a rhinoceros and a warthog.
And of course, there's Krang, who I think in my mind, and everyone's mind, best dismembered brain villain of all time. I think
Yes, Craig's in the movie.
I know that's a stretch to say so.
Yes.
Yeah, tell us about how Krang. We did catch a very brief glimpse of him in the Super Bowl spot.
Yes,
last month. But tell us how he figures into this.
Well, you see him in his robot, and you showed his eye in the Super Bowl commercial. I think soon in some marketing you'll definitely see more of him. We did hire an actor to voice Krang.
Don't. Wait, is this some breaking news?
No, it's breaking news.
Come on, give you guys
they closed to, I don't even know if
this is. You guys have cast this role, but you haven't announced it yet.
That is correct.
the voice.
You guys want to know what else?
Very hard character, to cast. Krang has a very specific voice, and it was hard to find someone that could bring that character really to life.
For the record, Drew is going to announce this, so if people are angry, I want to be directed to him. I mean, the studio. Go ahead.
Do it. So the great Fred Armisen
Oh.
will be
Wow.
playing Krang.
Wow, Fred Armisen. Wow.
Revealed here for the very first time.
Yes.
So, has Fred done any of the work yet on the film? Can you tell us what he's brought
This
to the role?
morning.
This morning.
I'm saying that anyone who's a fan of Krang will love what Fred is doing. He has brought the character to life, and it's unbelievable. I cannot wait for everyone to see Krang come to life in this movie.
So does this mean that Krang is going to have just like a little bit of Portland hipster vibe to him?
I don't know if Portland is close to Dimension X. We'll have to see.
By the way, he'd like to stop in Portland and do some damage, but he's definitely a Dimension X guy.
Well, along with that slew of new villains, as mentioned, there is a new hero on board to fight them, and he's here with us today. He plays the hockey-loving vigilante, Casey Jones, aka the guy I always wanted to be when I grew up. Please welcome Stephen Amell. Is that my gun?
The characters are not competing.
Thank you for being here, Stephen. Obviously, you are not a rookie to the convention floor. #Arrow. But what is it? Casey Jones is such a fan favorite. What is it like to be here as Casey Jones?
Oh, the whole thing is surreal. I mean, filming in New York City, being a part of the Turtles family. For me, I was incredibly blessed to have the opportunity and to be available for Arrow and for Oliver Queen when it came around, and the fact that this movie, which was not built for me, I mean, it was boarded and written and all those things. The fact that in the 2 months that I have off every year, I was able to bang out the Casey Jones character is. It's just fantastic. It's a miracle.
How does Casey get involved with the Turtles in this movie? What can you tell us about that? Under the watch of our producers.
Casey Jones has a beef to settle with two of the people that the Turtles are after in Bebop and Rocksteady. So he has information that they want, and he very unwillingly comes with them on their journey. Little suspicious of the Turtles in the beginning.
And like I mentioned, Casey is such a fan favorite. Do you think the fans are going to be disappointed that he does not have those glorious locks of the old school Casey Jones?
I think that there's first of all, there's plenty of time to eventually find some of the iconic elements of the Casey Jones character in terms of the look. But when we meet Casey in the movie, he is far from a vigilante carrying a hockey stick. He is a corrections officer. So I don't think that long hair totally suits the police force, as the case may be.
But he does have the hockey stick.
Sure.
Tell us about the training. Did you play hockey growing up? Did you skate? I know you're from Toronto.
I'm Canadian, man.
I don't want to presume.
Right. It's like asking people with feet if they walk. Yeah, Casey Jones, I mean, we did a lot of work with the stunt team. It actually reminded me a little bit of the pilot of Arrow insofar as I had so much time to prepare and the fights were coordinated. He's sort of a rough and tumble fighter, as I think that we'll see in a little bit maybe. And I knew how to use a hockey stick and skate, which was important.
And of course, he has to keep up with April O'Neil.
Yeah.
Speaking of April, our next guest plays her. She will school anyone in Turtles trivia, I swear. Please welcome Megan Fox.
Oh.
I'm just really lazy. I didn't want to walk all the way across the stage.
Megan, it is so great to have you here today. What is it like to be back in the TMNT world?
I was really excited to get to do a second one. We made the first one, and I think it turned out way better than I anticipated it was going to be. And I had a lot of fun watching it, and I felt like this one was going to be something special. We have a good story, we have a good group of people, and I was excited to see everybody again. So I'm happy to have the blessing and to be in two of these movies.
What can you tell us about where April is this time around, as opposed to where she was when we left off at the end of Turtles 1?
I think the first movie spent a lot of time on April sort of being very ambitious and trying to achieve career-wise, and less. What are you laughing about?
Not you. I promise.
And this time it's more focused on her relationship with the Turtles and with the Turtles in general and with family and sort of just finding her purpose in a different way. It's not so focused on April's job.
I think you've been pretty outspoken about who your favorite turtle is. I think we have the same turtle.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure. I'm going to count to three. We'll just both say it at the same time, okay?
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Mikey.
Michelangelo.
Yeah. Well, it's Mikey, but you can call him Michelangelo. You don't know him. No, I'm still Mikey. What do you mean, am I
My
still
turtle has
Mikey?
changed in this movie.
Who did it turn
Who's your
into?
turtle?
I was a Leonardo guy in movie 1, and now I'm a Donatello guy.
Oh.
Yeah, anyone but Raphael.
Yeah.
Andrew?
Brett.
Brett?
You have to go with Donatello because
I don't know.
I love Rocksteady in this movie. Can I no, I've always been a Mikey guy.
All right. You know what? I want to try something. Bill Murray did this last summer at San Diego Comic-Con, and since I aspire to do anything that Bill Murray does, at the count of 3, I want to hear who your favorite turtle is. We're all going to say it at the same time, okay? All the way back. Let's just try this.
all the way back.
1, 2, 3.
Raphael.
I think Mikey wins. Well, fun fact, just to bring it full circle here, I have read that one of your VFX guys said that Michelangelo's face in the movie was actually based on Bill Murray's. Is that true?
In the early development of movie 1, yes. When we were talking about before Turtles could resemble, Bill Murray was chosen.
Because when I think teenager,
Exactly.
Can you tell us who some of the were there other inspirations for the Turtles?
Russell Crowe, right?
Russell Crowe?
Tom Hanks from Leonardo.
And what's the thing? Yeah.
But the toothpick was
Yeah.
Well, in a few moments, we're going to take some questions from the audience. I think if you have a question, now would be a good time to line up. In the meantime, we wanted to give you a first look at some never seen before footage from the film. Andrew and Brad, you guys want to set this up for us?
In this clip, April O'Neil has something that everybody else wants. That's about all you've missed.
Intrigued. Fantastic.
Okay.
Megan and Stephen, can you tell us a little bit about the filming of that particular scene that we just saw? What kind of choreography, what kind of timing goes into making filming a scene like that?
I mean, well, the stunt team obviously has, and you actually had a lot also. You had a lot of stunt work in that fight scene. I do a lot of running, but I don't do a lot of fighting per se. But the stunt guys were incredible, and there was some stuff. I don't know if they had a shot of it there. They were jumping off of moving trucks. The stunt team's amazing. You had a lot of intricate stuff. And I just sat back and watched you and was like, wow, you're so masculine and so amazing.
Thank you, Megan. No, we shot that. That was one of the first things that we shot, actually, and that was nights in the one alley that exists in New York City. New York City doesn't have any alleys. It's very peculiar. So every movie that you've seen with an alley in New York City is basically the same spot. No, but we did that, and I worked on that fight for a while, and I think it came out pretty cool. It's actually the first time I've seen it.
How's it look?
How's it look? I can't totally see it. I was like,
All right, we've got questions from the floor.
It's for Eliza and Bob. If you guys had $1 for every time someone asked you about...
Wait. Am I Eliza or am I Bob? Probably Bob. Are we going with Bob? Yeah. Okay.
Your mic is no longer on, so I don't think they can hear you.
Oh.
Thank you, though.
That's amazing. It's a great launch to the Q&A for Turtles.
Is that reckless?
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, man.
You have a bag of props. What's gonna happen?
I hate carrying around, but I don't want anybody to steal it. I'm a big fan of all of you guys. My question is, April O'Neil gets a lot of training in a couple of the TMNT comics and TV shows. Would you want to do that and get more into the action, Megan? Or do you want to, which is still like, what would you like to do with that?
So do I want to do more action in the movie?
Yeah, maybe train in addition with your character.
Oh, you mean, should I just be a CGI character in the movie? Is that what you're asking? You can say that. Is that what you're saying? Everyone can have their opinion. This is WonderCon. Speak your mind.
Maybe half cartoon?
So from the chin down or the chin up? Which half do you want to be CGI? Do you have a preference?
Oh my god.
Let's go chin down. Chin down, okay? CGI, next movie. Okay.
Thank you. I've got a question for you guys.
Does anyone have a question?
What's your question? Just stand up and yell it.
just stand up. You're welcome.
Oh. Nice.
Be careful. You have to say that.
I don't know. Hey, who's your favorite king? You have to. No, I feel like Oliver would be beating Casey Jones, and then he stupidly wouldn't kill him, and then Casey Jones would eventually come back and ruin his life. Actually, pretty happy with how I handled that.
Yes.
Hello.
Definitely Raph. That's Raphael.
Cowabunga. My question is, this movie seems more they have like Bebop and Rocksteady and Krang. They seem to go more towards the route of like the old cartoons, the Fred Wolf series. Why can't I have that more choice versus like the Mirage or even IDW kind of series?
I think we pulled things from a lot of different sources. I mean, obviously, with this property, you know, you have movies to pull from and cartoons and comics, and so there were a lot of different places. And at the end of the day, we just want to tell the best story that we can. And so we have a great writing team who came up with a story, and there are elements of all of those things that you'll see in the movie. Thank you.
I want to know what the kids' reaction is to you, Megan, when they see your character and it's come to life. You know, the kids who grew up watching it.
My kids or just kids in general? Well, I was one of those kids that watched the original movies. I was 2 or 3 years old, I think, when the first one came out, maybe younger. What? Why is that funny?
I'm remembering watching it at 1.
I saw it later. I have an older sister. I saw it when I was like 5 or 6. I don't know. I mean, I can't answer that question. I haven't had a lot of children come up and tell me, or now adult children come up and tell me what they think about it. I think my kids don't know. I don't let them watch me, and I don't let them watch TV, so they have no idea what I do.
let my daughter drive the turtle van. Photos of her at the wheel. I haven't shared any of them though, because I'm afraid that like Michael Bay robots will come and get me, spoiling the movie.
I just want to say, Megan Fox, your April O'Neil was amazing. I really enjoyed it on the first film. My question is really simple. What was your favorite Ninja Turtle toy growing up?
Oh.
For everyone?
Yeah.
The ooze. I had some ooze. And I knew all the words to the Vanilla Ice song.
Do it now. Do it now.
Can you hear that?
Do it now.
Give us something. Give us something.
Oh, I don't know them anymore.
Go Ninja, go
It's
Ninja.
like, in my head, I feel like I know them, but then I think it might actually be the music to play that
Go Ninja,
music.
go Ninja, go. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. I remember the dance. Who wants to do the dance? You wanna do the dance? I loved Vanilla Ice.
Oh my god.
There she goes. Look at her.
I guess I didn't really have the toys, to be honest with you. I didn't get a lot of toys when I was a kid. We didn't have a lot of money, so I had a lunchbox. Doesn't count, but that's what I had. Food is good, yeah. Did you guys have toys? You were already 40 years old.
Yes.
I did not have Ninja Turtle toys when I was a kid. Definitely dating myself.
Thank you.
Oh.
Hi guys, how's it going? Hi Stephen, I'm a big fan of Arrow. Quick question, so what's the inspiration for Casey Jones in this new Ninja Turtles film?
The inspiration?
Yeah.
Well, it's always some sort of meld of the original comic book material, and then you just put yourself in the hands of the director and the producers and just have some fun. I got to have a lot of fun. In this movie. I got to do things that if anyone ever gets to go to a bar and gets to whip full pint glasses into liquor bottles, I highly recommend it. It is an incredible amount of fun. So, for the Casey Jones character, man, it was just about having fun, and it's also a guy that's a little bit frustrated, in terms of just he sort of feels like the system and doing things the right way have failed him, and I think that's something that a lot of people can relate to. So he's lashing out with the baseball bat.
You guys, tell us a little bit about the challenges and what you enjoy about filming in New York City. It's not easy, but Turtles has always been synonymous with the city. What do you guys enjoy about that experience?
First, you think about what you Okay. The first scene that I shot in the movie was I had to pull my car around the corner and we were on a city block just south of Times Square. And in New York City, like in most cities, at least where I'm used to shooting, when you're shooting out in the street, you either do it at 3 o'clock in the morning or you just shut the street down. New York City, you don't do that. There's people around at all times of the day. So I pull my car up, supposed to get out, and as I did this, aside from all of the people that were taking pictures that were already on the street, one of those sightseeing buses came by, and the person actually announced, like, there's Stephen Amell filming Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I didn't know what to do except just wave hello. So shooting in New York City is it's a super unique experience. It really helps you focus because there's so many things going on at all times that will distract you.
Megan, how about you?
My answer is more simple. I'm a germaphobe, so whenever we get out onto the streets, I get a little, like my chest tightens up, and then that was Portland Alley, right? We were filming. So that's an alley where drunk people go to pee a lot. And you'll notice they had me crawling around and laying down on the pavement. So that was an interesting experience for me. It's good exposure. It didn't break me of the OCD, but it came close. So thank you for that. Did you?
You did. Yeah, let's cut that out.
You cleaned it with water or you cleaned it with a disinfectant? That's different.
Yeah. You guys shot this film almost exclusively in New York City. You shot a couple weeks in Buffalo, to give a plug to the hometown. And I know, I don't believe you went to Brazil, but I know the movie itself travels down there. Can you guys tell us a little bit about what happens in Brazil?
Well, the Turtles go to Brazil. They leave New York. They leave New York State for the first time. And we did send a crew down there to film all of the plates. The first unit did not go down. But the Turtles have to take a trip, and they have to get on an airplane, which you saw Raphael jumping out of, which is a little afraid of heights, which you'll see. The Turtles go on a little bit of a journey in this movie, and they leave their environment, which is really fun.
Fantastic. All right, got another question on the floor?
Hi, my question is actually for Stephen, big fan. I have a quick question. How did preparing for the stunts and Thero differ from preparing for the stunts for the movie?
It's not recording.
Casey Jones is a different fighter. You know what I mean? He's not really strategic. He's just see Foot Clan, hit Foot Clan. and then the biggest difference for me was my final action sequence. We actually shot with a second unit on the movie, and it was just me and a couple of guys in mocap suits for a week out at Pier 92 in Manhattan. And what I actually wasn't expecting is I thought that on a bigger movie like this, I would have to fight really hard for them to let me do the stunts, and it was the exact opposite. Once they found out that I wanted to do stuff and could do stuff, they let me do everything. Actually, way more than they typically let me do on Arrow. But I had to break the reaction of any time there's trouble reaching back into my quiver. Yeah, it did. Thank you.
Hi.
This is for Stephen and how long did it take you to learn all the Casey Jones tricks?
All the tricks? Oh boy, I'm still learning, I'll tell you that much. I had never held a cricket bat in my life up until the point of shooting the movie. It took a little bit of time, but I had a really good group of people around me helping me out. Like stunt guys, for all the hard work that we do, they work 10 times as hard, and they do it like 10 more times than we do. So if they're not complaining, I don't complain.
Is that an invisibility cloak from Lord of the Rings? No? It's not an elven cloak? What are you? Oh.
Thank you so much. That's a great question.
Good question.
Thank you.
That's so cute.
Best costume ever. Just cool. Well, Stephen, you mentioned the mocap actors that you guys have to work opposite. Talk a little bit about that, especially this being your first Turtles movie. Is that an odd experience to work opposite guys in those mocap
Sure, and everyone was used to it, but I was incredibly self-conscious the first full day of filming for me because it was with the Turtles. So you have all the boys and they're wearing their suits, and what they have above their heads is that they have these strings and then these two balls which actually represent their eyes, and when you're speaking to them you have to look at those and not look at them in the face. And so it was really difficult for me to talk with them off screen because I would look at them in the eyes and then we would roll and I would try to look up at the balls above the head. And it's really challenging. And then of course you do scenes where there's nobody there. Right? Like Megan and I would do scenes where we had done it with the Turtles and then we'd be doing it and we'd be saying all of our lines and nobody would be there. So you just have to trust heavily in the post-production that they're not going to make you look like a complete idiot. Right? Because you feel like one at the time, but you get over it.
Yeah, when we shoot these scenes, we have to shoot every scene in this movie with Turtles 3 times. Once with the actors and the Turtles, once with just the actors, and then once with nobody. And the cameraman has to match the move in every single version, and that's how we put the movie together. So, as Steven said, there's a lot of scenes where no one's on the other side.
Yeah, and then at the end, like a guy comes in with a turtle statue and just puts it over his head and does like a 360 while they capture whatever they're capturing.
Light.
And I bugged them for a while, I'm like, let me do it, let me put the turtle head on. So hopefully that's hopefully that'll be in the blooper reel.
Well, this is your last call for questions. In the meantime, I'm going to ask one more. I am deeply curious, is there any more turtle beatboxing in this movie?
That you'll have to wait for that movie for. Yeah. Do people like turtle beatboxing?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming out today. Do we have one more question? All right, we have one more question.
Nice.
All right.
This one's for the arrow. Which weapon do you like using better, the quiver and the arrow or the hockey stick?
Oh.
I feel like you should ask the actual arrow right there. Okay, stand up. You know.
There he is.
No, I did answer this earlier. I do like a bow and arrow better. Hockey stick is a hockey stick. A bow and arrow is like an ancient weapon. It was the peak of like weaponry technology at one point.
Weaponry technology.
Weaponry technology. Is that a thing? Did I just mess up? Thanks, man.
I want to thank you guys so much for coming out today. Be sure to look out for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles WonderCon in theaters.
It's the Hot Toys DC Trinity. Oh yeah. Wait a second. You're not a Hot Toys. Well, technically.